Run! Go!
3 or 3.2.
Yeah.
Jordan knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, our last episode, for a number of reasons, which I've still to fucking figure out, did not record Kevin's side of the conversation properly. Or it did record it, but then it got corrupted, we lost it. So basically, unless you want to hear me talking to myself for an hour, there's no point in releasing it. So we're going to quickly recap what we discussed in the previous episode, and we'll batter on with what we're going to talk about in this one. So apologies that we didn't get that out to you, because I'll be honest with you, it's probably the best show we've done yet. Eh, Kev?
It was absolutely the best show we've done yet, and that's why it's so disheartening, and that's why I couldn't even put a post out on the group page or on the social media saying, oh, that show that we were recording, yeah, it's not coming anymore. It was, and I just tried so many different ways to talk to so many different people on how do we go about fixing this, but it cannot be fixed, so all we can do is apologise and tell you that in this show you're going to get a recap of the last show and a little bit extra, and we've got more exciting shows coming very, very soon.
Can I just say
hear
something?
more about that. Oh, there we go.
Sorry,
just in the way to kill a segue. It's alright. I'm getting used to this
quickly.
shit now.
I'm interjecting before the segue, because I just wanted to say one thing. The way that I felt in the pit of my stomach when Kev told me, this was his exact words were, oh, mate, I think we've just lost that. Remember the bit at the end of Titanic where you get to see Leonardo DiCaprio's face just disappearing into the blackness? That's totally what I felt in the pit of my stomach. I really couldn't feel worse at that moment in time. And
yeah,
don't get me wrong, I've lost pets in the past. That's quite shit. This was fucking worse.
True.
So, yeah.
So,
moving on. Let's hear your segue.
yeah. Hopefully we'll all be feeling a little better after this.
Because after dinner, everyone ought to have a cigar. So I tried it. Well, the rest is history. I'm still smoking stogies. I love it, and he introduced me to something really good. And I know now the next question. Knowing you, being the interviewer that you are, digging in deep all the time, you will say now, what does your wife think about that? Let me ask you something. When my wife's father has introduced me to stogies, what is she going to say? She's not going to say my father made a mistake, because her father never makes a mistake. So therefore, it is okay. I can smoke stogies around her. I can smoke stogies in my house. First of all, because her father introduced me to stogies, and second of all, because I'm a stud. I'm ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone. I smoke my stogie anywhere I want. I don't have to find a hideout place like you.
And we're back.
I can't wait to hear this. This is my favourite part of the show every time, because Kev never tells me what he's going to put in there. He never tells me, so it's always a surprise, and we've got to love Kevin for it. So thank you.
It's my gift to you, Jordan, and I think you'll love that one extra specially. Especially I'll say no more on that. So yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we must plug the social media platforms as of this moment. So, Jordan, is your mic smacking off something or what, or is that just what
No.
I'm hearing? Because I can hear doof doof doof.
Nope. Not at all.
Must. Alright, my bad.
Hang on a minute.
So yeah.
Is this what you're hearing? Hang on. Listen.
Nope, I can't hear anything now. That's it, kinda, yeah.
Is that
That's
it?
it.
Oh, it's just me
That's
moving my big slappy feet.
Ah, okay.
Maybe I'll put
Always a
socks
nice
on.
little thing. Socks are a given. So aye, as we said previous in the show that shall never be aired, we have now a Facebook group which you can find on Facebook.
No shit, Sherlock.
if you go to Facebook, and type in Jibber Jabber Community, or go to www.facebook.com/groups/Jibber Jabber Community, you can insert yourself nicely into our wee group, which is sitting at about nearly 500. Stop it, you. It's, it's, it's
I couldn't help it, man.
fucking. That's okay. I'll let you wait. I'll just probably change your voice so that it sounds like this whenever. You know, I have all the power. I have all the power. Ask Nathan.
Yeah, also, I'm going to add something in here. If you do decide to join our Facebook group, right, what you might see is me. I am J Mac, right? What you might see is me every now and again, or probably 2 or 3 times a day, putting up polls. Now, I'm not talking about people from Poland or things that you dance on. I'm talking about polls. I'm talking about, do you think this or that? Yes, no, maybe, aye, no, whatever, right? Don't take being in the group as an invitation to change the options on that poll, because none of us have figured out how to fucking stop it happening, but 2 people, including his truly, has fucking taken it upon themselves to add options to my polls, and I just want to let you know, it is not an option to add your own options. If you want to take part in the poll, I am very happy for that. But don't add your own options. If I put yes, no, maybe, or yes, no, I'm a vegan, yes, no, fucking dirty pants, I don't care what your option that you think is relevant might be. Do not do it, because I will just delete it, and I will probably be crab it for a day, which means you might lose an episode. So that's me that's me on my high horse. I'm just going to step down off it, clip, clop, off. That's me, ready to go.
Oh, son. Yeah, Jordan's been a bit antsy when people add options to his poll. It's his poll. Leave his poll. Let him have his poll.
Stop saying dirty things.
Sake. So, aye. Social media. You know where you can find us. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. So, at Jibber Jabber on Facebook. You can go to just type in Jibber Jabber in the search engine on Facebook. You'll catch the actual page, the Facebook page. This is such a terrible ad. I'm actually going to get us to record an actual Facebook plug ad where we will insert instead of this, because this off the cuff stuff is pish.
Don't, man, it's the pish stuff that makes it relatable. Fucking fire in,
Yes.
keep going. So
Yes.
apparently, where you'll find us on Facebook is using an @ which I don't think is a thing.
It is. An @ is definitely a thing. If you @ someone on Facebook, it still links to their page.
Okay.
But if you type in Jibber Jabber.
I do believe it's Jibber Jabber Community on Facebook. That's what
Yeah,
it's called. So type in Jibber Jabber
for-
Community, and you'll find us.
Yeah, but that's for the community group. There's an actual page which is Jibber Jabber on Facebook. You look up Jibber Jabber, you'll find the actual official Facebook page for where you'll see our stuff.
I must
Yo,
check
did
that.
you not know that, Jordan?
No, I must
Did you
check
not know
that
that? No. Jordan, just type in Jibber Jabber in the search engine and you'll find where all our episodes and stuff end up on the Facebook platform, mate. I mean, if this isn't for you, then God, let me fill you in, Jordan, on more of our social media handles. On Twitter, you can go to Starlaw Media, where you'll find our perfectly named Starlaw Productions on Twitter.
We don't know what
You
we're
can go-
doing.
You can go to, I mean, I suppose it's media in a sense, and we are producing it, so it kind of keeps that stuff together. If you want to find me on Twitter, you can go to @KevinWhatever. You know, I'll always be kind of that handle. And Big J the Mac, Starlaw. So you got J Mac Starlaw, which
Yeah.
he will never reply or even tweet. I think he follows one person. But
Excuse me, I follow 2 people, and it's so random. You're just going to fucking. In fact, no, I'm on 3 people now. I follow
Yeah.
Corey Feldman, Ben Shapiro,
Oh man.
and Stephen Crowder. That is it.
Oh.
That
You
is
don't
it.
even follow me. You don't even follow me.
I don't even follow you. I don't follow people. It's creepy.
Oh, you do. You just said 3 people that you
But I
follow.
don't follow. But they're not real people.
I suppose. So we also are on YouTube. Type in Jibber Jabber on YouTube, and that is Jibber Jabber podcast. Sorry, on YouTube, and that is previously the Kevin Whatever. It's the stuff we done under the Kevin Whatever banner, which is now changed. and it's where you'll see all our video content, which there will be more coming in coming months. There'll be more content. There's also going to be our stuff that we're doing down in the Manchester for the love of sci-fi. Excuse my voice. I've got a cough. I've got a really bad cough. I've got a niggly throat, so if I sound like I've smoked 40 a day, I've never smoked really ever anything in my life. So,
I just smoked a nice big fat Nicaraguan cigar tonight.
Nicaraguan.
Stop! Don't do that.
What? Don't do what?
It's spelt with a C, man.
That's what I said. What did I say?
I genuinely thought you said N-word Agwin.
What? What N-word?
Not saying it. Safe.
I have no idea what you're on about.
Moving on
Right.
quickly.
Yes. So, speaking of, what would you like to move on to, Jordan, from last week's episode that that we can no longer salvage, sadly?
We're 10 minutes in and we've said nothing.
I've tried to plug your social media.
This is what makes podcasting fun. You have no idea what's coming to you. You're going to be sitting there in your cubicle at work or in your little team where nobody talks to each other, or most people talk to each other but one of them's an insufferable prick, and you've no idea what's coming. So enjoy the fact that you get to hear us candidly, unedited, pretty much. And yeah.
No, I'm editing the shit out of this. Just
That's why I said pretty much.
Nah, most of the good stuff like this is staying in. I like to. I always tell Jordan, yeah, I'll edit that out, and then I don't.
Yeah, he doesn't. The first time I ever guested on the Kevin Whatever podcast, I farted like a motherfucker. He didn't edit it. What you heard was me talking, and then this massive kind of and then Kev went, I think I heard that, mate.
Well, like I says, you shan't be getting edited. I like to keep all this stuff raw and real because at the end of the day, it's us, and we're not some big high production. We're just us. We're for the fans, by the fans, as so my pitch goes. So, moving on to what we lost last week, and no, I'm not talking about Stan Lee, which we'll get into at the end of the show.
Big Stan.
But I'm talking about the episode that was gone.
You lost
we
half
spoke.
of it. At least you got we kept the good half. It was just your half we lost.
Remember who edits this show, mate. Just remember who edits this show. Okay.
I do remember. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So we spoke about 3 Netflix original shows, and I'm going to list the 3 off to you. The first was The Outlaw King, then we had Haunting of Hill House and Sabrina, which isn't it just called Sabrina, by the way? It's called.
Is it not like Sabrina Twisted Tales or some random stuff?
It's something like that, and I'm going to look it up in a minute and then pretend that I remember.
Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, I think.
You looked it up, didn't you?
No, I didn't. I swear. I swear to God, man. I swear to God, you're getting stabbed. Remember that prick?
Aye. I do, aye.
So,
Speaking of someone else
man,
who gets stabbed.
I swear to God, man. Oh, you're fucking getting it. Oh, I'm like 9 and I've got a knife.
I don't think he had a knife. I think he was just ribbing.
I used to love you, man. I used to love you, but see now, oh man, you're getting it, man. Oh man, you're getting it. You're fucking belling. Don't go on a bus in Glasgow, people. That's what you get.
Some folks have no choice.
I have it on good authority.
Yeah, I see. So, by the way, a new trailer dropped for Fighting With My Family. Did you see it?
Fighting With My Family?
Yes, it's the WWE production that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has made of Paige, WWE Superstar.
Yeah,
that looks really good.
I did. Do you know what? And only in the last few weeks I'd heard the story of this. I think there I'm sure there was a documentary about it, and that's what I'd heard was the story of this documentary.
It's the Knight family, basically. The girl in WWE, she had quite a storied journey to making it in the WWE, and even while she was in the WWE, she's had quite a storied journey. Kind of, blades of glory. I say blaze of glory. But one thing I wanted to ask you about the trailer, right, which looks amazing, and we'll get into that maybe next week on next week's show at the start of it. But did you notice who's playing Paige?
Who is it?
The actress. Did you recognise the actress in any way?
Very possibly. I couldn't place her, but tell me who it is.
Right, and the reason I didn't, and that's why I think it's really good that I didn't, because then she's so different from what we've previously seen her in. It was my wife that pointed it out, because she's got a knack for recognising people in movies, like she recognised you in the Outlaw King.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Speaking of the Outlaw King, it was the girl that plays Paige in Fighting with My Family, right?
Uh-huh.
Is Florence Pugh, who played Chris Pine's missus. That's the same girl.
Who played who?
In Outlaw King, she played Elizabeth Burr.
Ah, his missus.
The lassie that gets her tits out.
Yes. I didn't put two and two together with that one.
Yeah, that's her.
Awesome. So we've got a double plug for her. She'll be very happy. A double plug is nothing sexual.
Yeah, you would like to double plug her, wouldn't you?
I'd like to double plug myself.
Your wife doesn't listen to this show, does she?
No, but she will. Hey, babe.
No. My wife doesn't listen to this show.
Do you know what? If they listen to it, they'll listen to it. It's not a big deal.
No.
We don't hate
I would
our
like
wives.
I'd like her to support this show, but she doesn't.
Yeah.
In fact, she went and sourced our t-shirts, which will be on sale, by the way. If anybody wants to buy one, they're going to cost you about 20 quid. but show your support, eh? Ken, like, show your support. 20 quid and then like a £5 postage.
If it's any consolation, it costs us £19. So we get a bag of chips out of it. Yay!
No, but those we will be debuting them very shortly, and if anybody is interested in one, hit us up on any of the social media or in the group. We'll also have a store up soon with different t-shirt designs. Not that we're expecting anybody to buy them, but you often get that one wee fan and it's like, I love your podcast, when's the next show, can I be on your show? And they'll probably buy one. They'll probably buy one just to suck up to get on the show.
In
So,
fact, can we get one printed? Can we get one printed that on the back says, I'm that wee fanny?
do you know what? That's going to say it on the front, I'm that wee fanny.
In fact, do you know
Yes.
what? That's a giveaway. At some point,
It's
we'll
a
do that
dead
one as
giveaway.
a giveaway. If we put something out there that says, listen, you can win a t-shirt if you do this, that, whatever, that's going to be what's on it. Yes, I am that wee fanny.
The wee fanny,
I'm
yes.
that
That's
wee
if enough of you is listening.
Anyway, this show so far has had a worse structure than the World Trade Center, so let's get crack-a-lagging, and we'll see
Mate.
where we end up.
I think we're just so butthurt about the last episode that we're kind of just...
I know. We're just
That's what it
waffling.
is, mate. That's
Yeah.
what it is, and we'll be back on track next week, because next week we will be bringing you the For the Love of Sci-Fi special takeover episode, where we'll talk specifically about what's going on at For the Love of Sci-Fi and all the stuff, all the guests that are there. We'll be talking about movies that they've been in, because we're going to rewatch them just to get in the spirit of things. Can I just say that For the Love of Sci-Fi is it's on 30th and the 30th of November to the 1st of December.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. It is.
No, it's not. We travel down on the 30th, but it's actually from the 1st to the 2nd of December.
Right, you're right. But the 30th. There is an opening night where Ray
Yes.
Parker Jr. will be playing. So I technically was right. I'm just telling you when we were there.
Always,
But-
always a technicality with this guy.
If you want to buy a ticket for that, which is a weekend ticket, which is it'll get you early entry. You can go to their website, which is forthelovesci-fi.com. What the fuck are you laughing at?
Early
Why are
entry.
you laughing?
Early entry.
Early entry. What is this, another sex joke?
It's like it's a bit too dry.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Much like my humour.
So- So yeah, you can buy a ticket for £41.80. That's including your booking fees. It's at the BEC Arena in Trafford Park, Manchester. Make sure if you're getting a ticket that you holler at us on the Facebook, on the group, on the Twitter, on the Starlaw Twitter. Let us know that you're going down. If you're cosplay dressed up, then that's good. Hopefully nothing too kinky, because Jordan can't help himself. But come and talk to us.
Yeah,
Come and
honestly,
film some
actually,
stuff with us.
if you live in the Central Belt of Scotland and you're the one person that off the back of this show buys a ticket, I'll even give you a fucking lift.
Yeah, you're paying your petrol money for it, like. But,
Yeah, add 20 quid on your ticket price and you've got a lift down.
Do we even have room? Do we have room for one more?
Yeah, man. My car's got 5 seats.
Right.
There's 4 of
Right,
us
okay.
going.
How about this, right? How about this? How about this? If someone buys a ticket from our area, from Scotland, or from the Central Belt, if someone from off the back of this show buys a ticket, right, and contacts us with a like a picture of their ticket as a proof, we'll come pick you up, right? And we'll just all chip in extra on petrol to get you a ride down there for free, right? For absolute free. All you got to do is hit us up on the social media and be like, yo, I got a ticket. Tickets, man, it's not that dear, man. It's like 40 quid, and you get to meet all these outstanding actors, right? And
us.
right, you'll get to hang out with us for the day. Like, it's not a case of we'll pick you up and drop you off at the entrance and be like, right, fuck off, man. Find your own way about. We said we'd take you. Like, you can actually hang out with us if you want.
It's like, yeah, this is our hotel, so yeah, we'll meet you there, man.
Hi, that's us at our hotel now, so
See you at the
if you
BEC.
just want... and the person's like, right, so we're getting home. We're like, well, we're going home tomorrow.
That is the other thing. You will have to be heading back up on the Saturday. So that £40 ticket is only really worth 20.
Because they're like, yo, you guys said that you should take me down. Aye, but we never said we'd take you back.
Keys on double.
We never said we'd take you back up, like.
Oh, man.
Right.
That would be
Let's
really
not.
funny if we did that to some poor bastard.
Let's not encourage people to try and jump in with us. Right. Like, so can I just crash with you guys then? Like, there's not enough beds in our hotel, so you just want to fuck off.
I don't even know if there's going to be enough hotel at our hotel.
Is there even enough beds for us? Like, there's gonna be a review of our hotel room going up online when we get down there, because we're expecting it to be absolute plush, absolute luxury. So when we get there will be a hell of a review going online. So please, on the 1st and on the 30th and on the 1st, please make sure you follow us and have us at your fingertips ready, because we're going to social media the shit out of this full event, and I can guarantee you some
This
laughs.
hotel is going to be so awesome that the 2 skinniest guys are sharing a fucking bed. Good
Like
news for me, I've got my own bed.
So who else is the fat guy then? Who are you calling fat?
Nobody.
You said 2 skinniest guys, which would imply there's 2 fat guys.
No, there's just 2 fatter guys than the skinny.
And who are those?
Me and Alex.
Are you calling Alex fat?
No, I'm calling him fatter than you.
That's bad pattern, mate.
I'm calling Alex fatter than you. But yeah, because of this little conflict we've just had, everybody that now listens to us knows that Alex is very overweight. Thank you for that.
Oh, mate, I never said he was overweight. That's you.
Right, he's fat.
Pray to God he's not listening to it.
He knows he's fat. He doesn't care.
Dude, you
He
can't.
knows that we love him.
Aye, but you can't just go call him fat.
Yeah, maybe just timestamp this.
Mate, this is staying in.
I know it's staying in. That's all right.
This is staying in.
Yeah, that's how I've got a child now. Anyway, bashing on.
Aye, let's
That's
try.
what Theresa May came in doing.
Aye. God, how did we get so off track on this one?
I don't know, but we're now 24 minutes in and we've done nothing. This is awesome. This might even be better than last week's, given the start it's got.
Well, there's that.
So yes, you mentioned Netflix with the Outlaw King and The Haunting of Hill House and Sabrina. Quick capsule review on the Outlaw King is fucking awesome. Watch it.
It was.
Haunting of Hill House, I'll be honest with you, it wasn't as scary as I thought it was going to be. It got a lot of hype, a lot of articles online saying that people were unable to sleep in their own houses and stuff like that, but I'll be honest with you, I did find it creepy. I didn't find it particularly scary. There was a few jump scares, an absolute fucking belter of a jump scare at one point.
Oh,
Kevin
that
was the
one.
I'm
It got
talking
me.
about.
It got me.
It got me. It's most jump scares are kind of telegraphed, so you know they're coming. You just don't quite know when it's coming. But this one just fuck me, just right out of the blue, and I think I pooed a wee bit.
That's disgusting.
Oh, it was satisfying though. I needed a poo, so
Ew.
I had to poo.
You're
I
minging.
I did enjoy it. I think it got a wee bit up its own arse with regards to being a bit. It jumped about in time a wee bit too much for my liking. It was a bit Inception-y and stuff. But all in all, really good show. I haven't watched anything better recently, so I'd still recommend it. So, Kev, what was your thoughts on it?
I thought it was fantastical. The really, like I says in the last show that no one will ever know, it was perfectly placed. Everything was where it needed to be. It's eerie as hell, so you don't have to be scared to get that creep. Like, put it this way, you're not sitting there waiting on your popcorn going out of your head because you've just shat it, right? What the best part about it is it's the one that makes you, when you turn your light out, it makes you run up the stairs fast.
That feeling like your arse is trying to run in front of you. Do you know that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's what I got from it anyway.
So, definitely recommend it. I'm assuming it's going to be on Netflix a while because I'm pretty sure it's a Netflix original. So, it's going to be on there a while. So, even if you're catching up on all your other stuff, you'll probably still have time to see that. So, we've got that one. We have The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, which obviously is a... I don't know if it's a continuation or a reimagining.
No, it's definitely
a reimagining.
Definitely a reimagining. Yeah.
Reimagining of the classic 90s TV show. Apparently TV shows in the 90s are classics now. I mean, when a classic was fucking black and white. But thanks for the 90s are classics now. Yeah, so classic kids TV show from the 90s with the lovely Melissa Joan Hart as Sabrina. She's not in anymore because she's about 97. Yeah, Kev, tell us your thoughts on that because I haven't actually watched it yet, although I do have some input on it.
I'm about 4 episodes in, and basically Sabrina's been promised to a goat head guy that's like the devil, and she's like, nah, I fancy being just a kid. But the thing is about it is it's not as cheery as what the original Sabrina TV show was. I would not put them both in the same category. It's a complete different take on Sabrina. The characters' names are all the same. How they act is different. In the original Sabrina TV show, Aunt Zelda she was Karen. And this, she's an absolute bitch. So, and there's gore. Like, you'll see somebody get their throat cut in this, and like their blood spilled down their throat. So, don't let your kids watch it unless you're me. No, don't let your kids watch it if you're Nancy when it comes to that kind of thing. But on the whole, it's all right. I kind of get the feeling that I'm going to get bored of it because it's very high school teeny, and there's a lot of, and you know what? Not that I have two daughters. I have a mum. I have sisters. Right? There are females present in my family that I love and care about so much. However, see all this, you know, women can do it better. Shite. Just shut the fuck up with it. Honestly, see when I see that in a movie where it's like for instance Halloween, when Jamie Lee Curtis posted that thing and she's like, there's the three main actresses and it's three women, and this is the first time that the box office was smashed by three leading women. It's like, fuck up. Fuck up.
Actually, that was something that...
Do you know what I mean?
I only thought about it after we recorded the last episode. By the way, has the last one gone out yet?
The last... what?
Our last episode. The previous
What do you mean?
one. Not the one that fucked up. The one before that. That's out in the... That's in the ether, isn't it?
Aye, where the fuck have you been?
Yeah, that is definitely out there, aye.
You've heard it. You heard it.
Fuck, so I did. Right, so, yeah, I did speak about Halloween and how much I loved it. But the one thing I did neglect to mention, although I told myself I was going to mention it, I just didn't write it down because I'm a fucking moron, is that it is a wee bit Me Too focused. It's clearly got that women are strong, women can beat supernatural serial killers. It's clearly got that going on, which I didn't really think about too much when I was watching the movie, but I did think about it afterwards, and it niggled me a wee bit, but not enough to make me dislike the film. I do, however, have my reservations about the Terminator reboot based on the stuff that's out there so far, but that's for another show. So, bashing on, we have...
Well, see, touching
Sabrina.
on that...
Sabrina.
Touching on the Sabrina thing, they actually she forms a group called Wicca, and it's basically these bad men at school are abusing and mistreating these women, so they all power stand together in a new club they've got where each woman watches each woman's back. Now, I'm all for women watching each other's backs. I'm all for men being nice to women, but fucking give this woman shite a rest. Do you know what I mean? Just get a rest. Like, you don't have it that bad. You know what I mean?
I know. We aren't misogynists, right? We do believe that women have just as much space in the world as men should have.
Absolutely.
We do. We genuinely believe that. But I think this is getting too political. Fuck, I'm not going to talk about this.
Yes.
But you all know what we're saying. Stop your pish, women.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if you look at it this way, right? If a woman claims rape on a man and she's found to be lying, that guy's life's still fucked, and she gets to run away scot-free without getting any kind of repercussion for ruining somebody's fucking life. Yeah.
Dude, leave that out.
Yeah. Right.
Seriously, man, leave that out.
So let's leave out the Me Too, women hear me roar shite in our movies, right? Because I don't want to hear about it, and I don't want to see men, being painted as awful fucking creatures, or women being painted as stereotypical women. At the end of the day, each person's individual, so let's enjoy the characters for what they are without adding all that salty shit in it.
Yeah, and by the way, I would totally have had more respect for the Ghostbusters reboot if they didn't make Chris Hemsworth such a fucking moron in it.
Yeah, I know. What best way to defy how they see women being portrayed? Yeah, let's portray a man like that. So by doing exactly what we hate getting done to us, we're showing them that we're dominant. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so stupid that I cover my eyes when things are too loud. Fuck off.
You gotta admit, it was funny. Just the political shit, it takes it out of a movie. Do you know what I mean?
Bingo.
It really does.
And anyway, I'll go back to Sabrina for just one more little thing. I don't know if you guys have heard. I read it maybe last week, possibly the week before now, but it made me laugh so hard that I peed a wee bit. The Satanic Church are suing Netflix for the Sabrina show because they've stolen their fucking goat-headed deity, and they're worried that it's going to give them a fucking bad reputation. The Satanic Church is worried about their reputation, like they think people fucking like them right now. You're the Satanic Church, you should give zero fucks. They've got their own lawyer. What the fuck?
God.
How did they get their own lawyer? Oh, aye, because lawyers are devils. That's why. But come
Yeah.
on, man. What? That's enough. It's fucking. This is getting out of hand. So,
Yeah.
they are suing Netflix for defamation, basically, because they think, oh, people aren't going to like the Satanic Church after Sabrina. People don't fucking like you anyway.
Yeah, Sabrina fucked that for you. If anything, Sabrina only just glorifies it.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. If I support the devil, I could marry a wee young thing like Sabrina, and she doesn't have any power over it. It only
Anyway.
glorifies it.
Battering on. So we have Sabrina. We are now moving on to, again, just quickly, we're supposed to be quickly going through the last show. We're fucking taking our time about it, but there we go. Reboots. We have a Child's Play reboot coming. Kevin, do we need a Child's Play reboot, and do we think it's going to be any good?
We do not need a Child's Play reboot, because the last decent Chucky movie I watched was The Seed of Chucky. The last time I can remember enjoying a Chucky movie. Anything after that, bullshit. Even the original Child's Plays, when you compare them to like Bride of Chucky and Seed of Chucky, shite. Even the one that came after it, was it The Child of Chucky or some shite? It was
that's
absolutely.
The Seed of Chucky.
No, it was after that.
Bride? No, it was Bride, Seed, and then Curse.
That's it. That was shite.
Yeah, I think I turned that
Right.
one off, actually. It was
So
dreadful.
so did I. And you know what? The only one thing I can say to the Chucky franchise, bar The Seed of Chucky and The Bride of Chucky, is just fuck off. Alright? Fuck off. Nobody cares. It's shite.
Thing is, if they are going to do this, if they're going to do it right, what they need to do is change. They're going to need to change a lot. They're probably going to need to change the way Chucky looks as well.
Yeah.
I think the way he looks is so recognisable now that it's not scary anymore. So they're going to need to do something else with that. They probably won't.
I think it does look
fucking lazy.
I'm sure I've seen an image. It does look very child friendly doll.
Right. Okay.
You know what though? See, I will probably give it a bash when it comes out, as I have to because of the podcast.
Also,
and if I am wrong,
yeah, sorry, batter on.
if I'm wrong, I'll eat my words and I'll say I was wrong. I'm good at. I will do that, but I'm not holding it much hope for it.
This is something I actually came across earlier on today, Kev. I don't know if you've seen it. Have you seen the trailer for Leprechaun Returns?
No, is it good?
And it actually looks quite decent. I mean, the Leprechaun was never really highly regarded as a film anyway. It's not one of these films where everybody says it's a classic horror, but it's fucking good fun. The original Leprechaun with Warwick Davis and Jennifer Aniston and the fat guy for Teen Wolf. So they've actually got the fat guy for Teen Wolf back. Well, I don't know how they've done it. He's obviously been so busy since 1985. But they've managed to get him back for this. They've got a different guy playing the Leprechaun. Warwick Davis apparently hasn't even commented on it for some reason.
Lyndon Porco is playing the Leprechaun.
Yeah, but I'll be honest, the trailer actually looks not too bad. Although when I checked it on IMDb, it did say it was a TV movie, and that scared me a wee bit. That probably scared me more than the fucking Leprechaun did. But
yeah.
I'm going to give it a bash. I think it comes out at some point next year. I'd imagine maybe early next year. That'll be on show. So another one to look out for.
It's actually this year.
Is it this year? Is it coming out this year?
It's 11th of December this year.
It's a week after my birthday.
Oh, we'll celebrate. Just a wee note on that, on the Leprechaun. Do you know that Lyndon Porco was also a body double in the movie Little Man? He's
Man.
white. Yeah.
Little Man.
He's white. Yeah.
Have you seen White Chicks?
Yeah.
Those chicks are black.
Uh.
Yeah, we can't really do that. That's not anything to compare it to. But I love the fact that they, like, a body double for a tall black guy. They got a wee white dwarf. That's just funny. So, yeah, got that to look forward to as well. Pet Sematary reboot. Remake boot.
Well, it's definitely a remake. They're revisiting it.
Yeah, we've got John Lithgow playing the role that Fred Gwynne played in the original.
Judd Grandel.
And yeah, and everybody knows that John Lithgow is fucking gold, so hopefully he'll do something decent with that. The trailer itself doesn't give too much away, but it's a familiar story, so I'd imagine it's not going to be too different from the original. But again, could be worth a watch, could be a complete dumpster fire. We're never going to know until it comes out. So
It doesn't look terrible based on the images I've seen.
No, it doesn't look terrible, but you never know until you actually watch something. I mean, how many films have you thought, God, that looks amazing, then you go and see it and you just want to stab yourself in the willy?
You know, I think with today's kind of modern horror movies, I think they'll add more, like the original Pet Cemetery. The you know, when Gage Creed comes back to life. Spoiler alert! If you've not seen it, go and fuck yourself. Like it came out before I was born.
Kev,
but what?
remember what happened during that episode of Kevin Whatever?
Which one?
It's going to happen again.
Roll
Sorry
Tide
about
on that. It's
Oh.
alright.
Oh, it smells like a fucking bad onion. Anyway,
Mate,
cracking on. I bet you
God.
won't miss that at work, man.
No, I absolutely don't.
Right,
So
so
yeah,
yeah,
the
Gage
original-
Creed comes
the-
back to life.
I think in this there'll be more depth to the horror scenes towards the end, where the dead bodies start coming back to life. I think you'll get better from that area of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There'll be more horror in regards, and you know, I hope it delves a bit more into the book than what the original did, because stuff like Lewis Creed not wanting to be with his family and wishing that he'd just divorced his wife and fucked off and left his kids. They kind of leave that out of the original movie. I'd like it to start off where he's feeling defeated and doesn't want to be part of the family. I'd like it to kind of stick true to the book. And if they can do that, then they can pull it off. But it looks good. I've not watched the trailer.
Jesus.
I shan't be watching the trailer because I want to just see it as it is. I don't want to get half the movie ruined for me before I get a chance. So yeah.
Yeah. Right, so that's probably going to be a thumbs up for the two of us. Yeah, we're looking forward to
Yes.
that. Shrek reboot. Fuck off! Moving on. We have more Dexter.
Yeah.
Dexter. Michael C. Hall is open to bringing Dexter back. Based on the way it ended, I don't know. Are they going to be able to do something fresh with it? Probably not. They tried it with Prison Break and it fell flat on its fucking vagina. So it's not. Nah. I don't. I think last week when we discussed it, I was more open to the idea, but the more I've thought about it, and I don't really see it adding much to what's there already. I think they really could have stopped Dexter after season 4. I think that was probably enough at that point. There's nothing really memorable after that. I mean, John Lithgow as the Trinity Killer is fucking iconic.
Shut up, cunt.
You talking to me or are you quoting?
I'm quoting.
Yeah, if they do really do a good job with it, then I'll eat my socks. But I'm not really too fussed about it. Yourself, Kevster?
I'd like to see it because I love the Dexter show. I agree with what you're saying. It did kind of jump the shark. Trinity Killer was my favourite killer. However, Miguel Prado wasn't too terrible, and I quite like the boy for Trainspotting as well. But
Nah.
I do agree, the show ran its course. But to see it revived for another season, I would not say no to it, and I would watch it, and I'd hope that it can pull it off. And maybe it does, because Dexter's in a different, he had to leave everything behind, so he's in a different place in his life with different people, different characters. So it could be interesting. It's like starting afresh with the same character. So it literally is just a reboot of its originality. So I would be a thumbs up for that.
Okay, next. That's your cue.
I just left you hanging there. I left you hanging there deliberately. They're saying, and I'll just bunch these two together because there's not much details on them, so there's not much to talk about. But Breaking Bad and The Walking Dead are getting their movies made. So Breaking Bad, fuck's sake, man.
That's not real. That was me going, nah.
Breaking Bad movie apparently is going to follow Jesse Pinkman's story after Walter White died. so far, I really like Better Call Saul with what they've done as a prequel to Breaking Bad. So if that's anything to go by, I will give it a thumbs up. I'm really happy to see more Breaking Bad. It was amazing. One thing it made it really good was it didn't jump the shark because it was 5 seasons long. They ended it well. They gave it, it was justified. So, Jesse Pinkman at the end of Breaking Bad drives away crying, and you just assume he's going away to get that little kid Brock, who's been orphaned by Todd shooting his mom in the pus, so she's pan breed. So maybe that's where Jesse went. We'll never know until we see this movie. So it'll answer a lot of questions. Walking Dead, they've recently. Spoiler alert! If you've not watched it by now, I don't care. Walking Dead, Rick Grimes is no longer part of the TV show. He is going to spin off and do feature films. His story continues in the cinema. So I don't know. They're expanding The Walking Dead from a TV show to an all-round universe. So maybe we'll see, some of the older characters that didn't die, that left the show in movies. Maybe it'll just be a hot, steamy pile of pish. But regardless, it's nice to see The Walking Dead expanding, because they're probably realising it's time to end the show soon. So to create a new universe is actually maybe a great idea. And someone that did create a universe that sadly is no longer with us is Stan Lee, who passed away this week at the tender age of 95. Such a young age.
Yeah, he died too young. He left us too soon. He'd never done enough with his life. That's all bollocks. He done a lot with his life. He done more than most of us will ever do. He done most for people than most of us will ever do. And he will be sorely missed. He had good innings, and we'll see if anybody else can pick up where he left off. I highly doubt it, but there we go.
He stayed relevant. He was a collaborator. He collaborated with a lot of different people to make the characters what they were. He added a lot to other people's ideas. Other people added a lot to his ideas. When Disney bought over Marvel, they kept Stan Lee as the face, because Stan Lee was renowned in the entertainment industry because he treated all his staff and everybody that worked for him as an equal. He came down to their level, spoke to them, called them buddy. He just made you feel like, well, apparently, I didn't work for him personally, but testimonies would have it say that you didn't feel like you were working for someone when Stan Lee came to speak to you, or when he worked with you. You felt like an equal, and that to be at that high level and still be able to treat the people that work for you with that kind of respect and buddyship itself deserves a wee pat on the back. Not to mention, buddyship, but not to mention the great characters that we all love and hate, thanks to his imagination, along with many others. So, yep, the world has lost a great creative mind and a great cameo star in Stan Lee. And if you stay tuned at the end of this show, we got a wee something there for you in regards to the good old Stan Lee. Yeah. So may you go.
Yeah, just on the note of tributes, this isn't so much a tribute as opposed to a hope you get well. Earlier on today is the 18th of November. There was a fucking horrific crash in a Formula 3 race in Macau. Basically this girl, don't know what happened, no idea how it happened, but she basically fucking torpedoed off the track and mashed it. I don't laugh, it's not funny. Kev, this is not funny. Don't make me laugh. This is not funny.
See if it wasn't funny, right? Why the fuck did you just say it like that? Right?
Because that's what happened. Did you watch it?
I watched it.
That's the best way to describe it. She fucking torpedoed off the track and mashed into the fucking wire fence. I don't know. I've heard that she's broken her spine. She's getting surgery tomorrow. So. Yeah, a nasty crash. I don't know if it was only Sophia that was hurt or if it was anybody else involved, because it looked like she was heading towards Marshall's. So hopefully they're all okay. So yeah, hope you get better. And fucking ignore Kev laughing at your misfortune.
I'm not laughing
Evil,
at her
evil man.
I'm not laughing at her
But
misfortune.
if you haven't seen it, fucking watch it. What a crash! It's it's up there. It's up there with ridiculous crashes.
Mate, she's what, 17-year-old?
She's pretty young.
She's 17. Her name is Sophia Flourish. A 17-year-old Formula 3, Formula 3 for fuck's sake, driver has fractured her spine in a horror crash during a Macau Grand Prix.
Yeah. What that illustrates for me is Formula 3 is still fucking fast.
It's not as fast as Formula 1. Like,
Could you imagine if it was a Formula 1 car? The Formula 1 car should have left a wee fucking... Remember when the Wile E. Coyote would fall off a fucking cliff? It would just do that on, like, the moon.
She's tweeting, so all's good, I think. She doesn't look like your typical F3 driver, does she?
I don't even know what a typical F3 driver looks like, to be honest. I just happened to come across
a man with a moustache. A man with a moustache.
Nigel Mansell Jr.
She does not look like a Formula 3 driver.
No, I'm not going to lie, man. She's pretty hot. So
well, she was this morning.
Come on. You're not doing me any favours here. I'm trying to put out fucking well wishes and you're taking the piss.
I'm not. She's alright. So, hey, do you know what? See if I ever go out in a ball of flames, or if I do something stupid and injure myself, please laugh about it, because that's the only way we can get through this life and cope with things like this, is we just laugh about it.
Laugh about it after they die, man.
No, she's not dead, so it's alright to laugh a wee bit.
But
it was a hell of a crash. Did she hit a ramp or something? Like, how did she end up in the air?
Physics, I don't know. It was pretty bad.
Car.
To be honest, she's not done a lot for women drivers, but fuck me.
I know, come on.
This is the worst tribute ever given to anybody for fucking anything. I'm so sorry. I did genuinely start this off with good intentions, but it's just gone to shit. So Sophia, all the best to you, hen. Hope you're fucking alright. Jesus Christ. Right, batter on.
Batter on. That means you don't know where we are, eh?
Yes, I do. I just need to go back to that page on my phone.
So we're not. This show, we're not really. No, don't worry. I've got us covered here, Jan Dorian.
Oh, thank you.
So we're not going to drag the show out any further. Let's literally a recap of last week with a couple extra we added bits towards the end, which pretty much is what we're going to talk about right now. So we do apologise again for the last week's no show of a show because it got deleted. But we were going to talk about a couple of just what's been happening since we recorded that show in regards to movie news. There apparently is going to be a female Jack Sparrow. Mind that thing I was talking to you about, Jordan? That whole fuck off, we know you're here, we know you're a woman. Yeah. Mind that, this is exactly that.
Yeah, I think if you're going to get rid of... I mean, don't get me wrong, I think the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise has run its course anyway. So
yes, after the third one.
Although in saying that, I did enjoy the last one much more than I've enjoyed any other sequel for that series. Anything from Dead Man's Chest to Stranger Tides, I'm not that fussed. But I actually did like the Salazar's Revenge one. Which surprised me. I put it on because there was fucking nothing else on, and I ended up staying up and watching the whole thing. I thought it was really good fun. If you're going to get rid of Johnny Depp, you might as well stop it, because Johnny Depp is what actually made that franchise fucking watchable. So if you're going to replace him with, I don't know, Genevieve Deppis, I don't give a fuck. I'm not watching it. I'm not wasting my money going to see it. I probably won't even stream it on Netflix, which is probably where it'll end up. It probably won't even hit the fucking cinemas if you try and replace Jack Sparrow with
Yeah.
not even just a woman. Try and replace him with anybody else, it's going to fall flat and it's fanny. But if you try and
Of course
replace
it
it with a woman, it's even worse. It's people don't watch Pirates of the Caribbean to watch a woman. That sounds really fucking bad, eh? It really does. But nah, it's not going to work. If it does work, it's going to be for your fucking SJWs that will say it's good even if it's shit. So, yeah, fucking good luck with that. What's your thoughts on that one, Kevin?
I think it's just all the bullshit. And if they're gonna why reboot something like Pirates of the Caribbean? Like, it's still very fucking relevant. You know, if you're gonna reboot or reimagine something, take something that's run its course for way back then. Something that you're gonna put on, you go, we can watch it. I mean, it's an old one, but fuck, we'll put up with it. Do you know what I mean? Reboot something like that. No, something that's fucking still relevant. Stupid fucks. Ken. Fucking idiots, man. Yeah, so moving on from that, Tom Hardy received a CBE by Prince Charles, and I could not give a fuck. So what about yourself?
Really not that fussed. I like Tom Hardy. He seems like a stand-up guy.
Yeah.
He's not. There's no airs and graces with him, as far as I can see. But knighted. Why? I don't really get it. To be honest, most people that get knighted, I don't know why, unless it's for an exorbitant amount of charity work or donations, stuff like that. That I understand. He might well do that. Maybe it's not been publicised enough for us to really know that he's done it. But again, that's to be respected as well. So I don't really know how to feel about it. I'm just not bothered. I'm just not. I'm not arsed. The guy pretends to be people. Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So well done on getting it. I'm never going to fucking get one. So
You never know that. You might get one for an award-winning podcast.
Based on this one, probably not.
Because of your shitty tribute.
You fucked it up. Don't give me that shit.
Oh yeah, I fucked it up. Yeah.
So yeah, congratulations anyway, big Tom Hardy man.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything against the guy. I actually love Tom Hardy. I love basically most of his work. I hated Bronson the first time I seen it. Watched it again about 5 years later. Loved it. Go figure.
Yeah.
So
you got old.
You're not fucking kidding, man. I'm sitting here worrying about the fact I've got a sore knuckle for no reason. I'm getting old.
God.
So yeah, congratulations. It's a good thing to have. Always good for a CV, man. So well done.
Well done, Tom Hardy.
Well done, Tom Hardy. Keep it coming. Oh, and moving on for that, we have the news that John Cryer has been selected to play Lex Luthor. Now, some people might not know this, but John Cryer was actually in the fucking worst Superman film of the series, and I do include Batman vs Superman in that. He was involved in Superman 4: The Quest for Peace. He played Lex Luthor's nephew. He literally spoke like this, dude, oh my god. He was one of those. Comic relief for the film. I actually found him quite amusing. And looking at the picture that they put up in the article for he's going to play Lex Luthor, I could kind of believe it. Do you know, he kind of looks like he's got that guy that was maybe bullied a bit when he was younger and started to rebel, really smart, thought, fuck it, I'm just going to take over the world. He's got that kind of look in his eye. Could be really, really good. Again, could be fucking terrible. I'd like to think it would be good because they wouldn't choose him for nothing. When I heard that Heath Ledger was going to play the Joker, I laughed my fucking arse off. I was very wrong. So, I hold every faith that he's going to do a decent job of it.
Yeah, I like to think he'll do alright. I mean, they've chosen for a reason. Let the guy have his go. If he fucks it up, it'll only be there for the rest of the time for everybody to see, so then what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, there we go. So that's what we think of that. And now we have the ultimate news that Ghostbusters 3 has been written, or is being written, with the original cast coming back, or at least 75% of it, because one of them's Pam Reed. To be honest, don't really think we need it at this point. Stop laughing, Kevin. We don't need it. Even just out of respect, man. If Harold Ramis isn't going to be in it, just fucking leave it alone. I thought that before they did the womenly one. They did it anyway. Turned out, oh my god, it was shite ish. Wish I hated it more. There was bits of it I liked. But I wouldn't pay to see it. This one, I don't know how they're going to do it and keep it relevant. Bill Murray is fucking off the charts weird these days. I don't know how he's going to come into it. Dan Aykroyd is struggling, let's say. Can't remember the last time I seen him in anything. And trust me, if he was in something, you'd see him. He's getting fucking fat.
he actually does a lot of alien movies, like documentaries on aliens and stuff.
Oh, so he's coming up in the world,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where people go when they're finished with stuff. Like Jonathan Frakes, who played Commander Riker in Star Trek The Next Generation, that finished up and he started doing one of these Believe It or Not programs. So, yeah, I don't really hold up much hope for that. Ernie Hudson, maybe with Harold Ramis being gone, he might actually get the role that he was supposed to get and actually have more of a fucking appearance. It was... This is just a wee bit of trivia. It was originally supposed to be Eddie Murphy that played that part, and the part was much bigger. Then he pulled out of it. It was given to another generic black fella, and they basically cut him out of the show. Even on the fucking poster for it, they cut him out. It's ridiculous, really. So maybe if they do a reboot, sorry, if they do another sequel, then I would really hope that he gets the screen time that he should be getting, because that's the one thing about the Ghostbusters. What would you call it? You've got a trilogy and you've got a quadrilogy. What's before that? Twinology? I don't even know.
God.
Pair of films. Aye. Yeah, so let's see how they do. Which, again, Kev, I'm going to say it again. What are your thoughts on this?
I can't really add anything much to that. I'd be interested to see where they go, especially now that we're in the age where, and these movies were made back in the good old days. So to see them now bring back a more modern Ghostbusters movie, it'd be interesting. I definitely would be first in line with a ticket to see it. I'd have to give you my thoughts after watching it. It's just one of those things, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. So one thing that I find quite endearing about the original two. Now, the original two, sorry, the second one wasn't really that highly thought of.
No.
It was slated actually, but I'll be honest with you, I really quite enjoyed it. But one thing that always stood out to me about Ghostbusters was the special effects, because they are actually pretty decent for the time. But the problem is that special effects are so easy to do now that nobody gives a fuck about them anymore. So that appeal is going to be gone. And I think, well, what are you relying on if not the special effects? It's going to need to be some fucking fantastic writing, some good jokes that land, a good story, a good plot, maybe a twist here and there. There's a lot of ingredients it's going to need if it's going to live up to what people are going to expect from it. So, good luck. I hope they do well. If it does get done, I probably will pay to go and see it. And yeah, good luck to the Ghostbusters.
Did you know that the new trailer dropped for Bumblebee, Transformers?
Yeah, not interested. But say what you're going to say.
John Cena's in it.
Yeah,
that makes it so much better. John Cena. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. What a prick. What a prick. On that note, and I
do believe that was something like a C minor. Find it.
We find it. So yeah, on that note, I think we're going to call it for the end of the show here, and we're going to plug the shit out of our social media and hopefully do a better job than we did at the start. So
no, it's charming. What we did at the start was charming.
Will I take it away or will you? I think I can smell your fart. So yeah.
Is there any chance you've just done a wee bit of a bum leak yourself and haven't noticed?
No, absolutely not. So
That
I.
does smell like a bad onion. Fuck's sake.
No, I agree.
I think the mesh on that Blue Yeti mic's starting to fucking warp a wee bit. That must be a stinky pop.
Yuck.
So,
Aye.
thanks for tuning in, people, even though tuning in's not a thing anymore. Thanks for listening. We'll bring you another one hopefully next week. If this one doesn't fuck up, hopefully you get this one. And
hopefully you do hear this one.
guess what? If you're listening to it, you definitely got it. If you're not listening to it, then you don't even know I've said this. So.
Oh man, imagine this one fucks up. I'm gonna hate that.
Imagine.
What to do is, this is not gonna happen. So we're gonna plug, and that way it's done. It's just
Anybody that's wondering, it sounds like Kev's a little bit tired. Which I should really be going to my bed as well, because I'm getting up for work literally in 4.5 hours. So I really better go to my scratcher. But thanks for tuning in. We'll speak to you next week. We'll be talking to you again about For the Love of Sci-Fi, a bit more detail on that, and whatever else happens in the coming week. So we'll see you then.
Aye, there'll be more structure to next week's show. This has kind of just been a let loose kind of show because we were pissed off that we lost a really good show. Next week, for sure, you will hear a special For the Love of Sci-Fi. Make sure you check all our shit out: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. If you don't remember the hashtags, the fucking ats and whatnot, go back to the start of the show. Check links in the description. It'll all be there. You'll find us jibber jabber jibber jabber jibber jabber. Date Jordan, say it.
Get to the jibber jabber.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. See ya. Bye. 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 Bye.
I'm Stan Lee. I've been writing stories for the young generation for the past 30 years. During this time, I think I've learned a lot about what young people think. More importantly, I think I've learned a lot about what young people are. We're going to try to present a voice that somebody will listen to. The voice is needed. We hope it will be ours.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Mr. Stanley. Stan was doing one of his panels, and they asked me to come up and just say hi to him. Felt a little goofy, but I came up, I shook his hand. I think the microphone caught it, but I whispered in his ear. I said, hey, they just wanted me to come up here and shake your hand, but while I'm up here, I want to say thank you. You saved my life. Because the life that I have today, there's a direct line to that first comic book to here.
Well, Stan's best creation was always Stan. As a creative figure is one thing. Stan as a personality was able to somehow tap into his own larger-than-life, self-effacing and self-aggrandizing at the same time personality.
As I would describe it, that P.T. Barnum aspect of him, it's just something he infused the group with, and it's something that the people who followed him have been able to kind of keep that energy going.
I think Stan Lee is going to be an icon, what he represents, what he was able to accomplish. He built American mythology because stories are really what stay with us.
Those characters that he created and what he infused Marvel, the brand, with have always shown through.
Even if they have superpower, they have to be believable. What they do has to be what any normal person would do in those situations.
And the idea that he championed all kinds of different voices, all kinds of points of view, and the concept of diversity and equality and conversations about, social politics, all these things he had been doing for years, and now it's at the forefront of everything that we talk about.
I just think he was just connected in that way, and he was connected to who his true audience was and who he was really writing for.
He complemented that with always being hopeful, with his own first-person personality of being Stan.
My earliest memories of Stan were reading those soapboxes. You felt like he was talking directly to you and no one else. What I didn't realize was that there was a kid behind me at the candy store reading the same thing, feeling the exact same way.
His ideology was very clear. It was very black and white, how to be good, how to treat people equally. And that's a really powerful impact, to lean into the light as much as you can, even if there's darkness all around you.
In writing the soapboxes, I used to just talk to the readers, anything that came to my mind, just to make the books not seem like something cold and aloof and something you buy and you throw away. I wanted them to feel buying a Marvel book was like visiting an old friend.
Without that, we wouldn't be experiencing the success we had today.
People like that, creative geniuses like that, you can't help but walk away learning lessons. They have a way of delivering messages that, you know, just resonate with those of us who have followed his work and followed the characters he's created.
He made it feel intimate and that anybody could belong to it. We're really lucky to have him really define us, because it's really given us something to move forward with.
There will never be a world without Stan Lee. He's the heart of the Marvel Universe.